So today's lesson is all about making the correct turn. I see so many golfers come into my studio right here and make what I call a false turn. They're not turning their trunk correctly, which then has so many repercussions in the downswing. If we don't turn correctly, there's every chance that we're going to come over the top or get very steep in the downswing and have to recover and compensate around the golf ball. It gets very messy and does not make the golf game easy and simple as it should be. So let's get stuck into how we can feel the turn and whether you should use your left shoulder, your right shoulder, or something else to make your turn. So I just want to take a few things here to get you to feel what a correct turn should be and what a false turn is. Now what I see with a lot of golfers is when they make the turn, they try and do it too much with the shoulders like this and what I call winging. So basically the rib cage and scapula, the back is not recruited correctly as you're making the turn. So I'm going to show you how to try and engage that in a second. There's some simple exercises. What happens then is the sternum doesn't get enough what I would class as depth, and therefore it starts down too early in downswing and you get what we class as our sequence, which means then you get into this kind of steep over the top position, and then through impact you either have to early extend and recover, or you come way over the top and hit shots way left, or slice them back. So if you take your golf club and take your grip, palms up. This is just an 8-iron, so it's a shortish club. So the end of the grip and near enough the ferrule on the club here, the plastic bit there. Take that into your club and put your elbows to the side of your rib cage like so. And then from this position then, if you go ahead and make a turn, a horizontal turn, trying to keep the relationship between the logo and the shaft and your kind of zip on your top the same as you turn, that'll give you a feeling of what I would class as a recruited turn. So turning your spine. So from there then, if we go into an incline and make the same backswing, that'll give us the same kind of feeling hopefully. My shoulder is not winging. If I do this, you'll see here the club moves out of control. I'm trying to move everything in harmony, in tandem. Now, you might well notice when I do that, that there, for example, would not be a full turn. How would I make a full turn from there? I would have to let my hips and my thighs turn more and potentially let my left heel come off the ground. So use whatever you need to as a cog to make that full turn. So use this exercise to get to the position where you feel, okay, that's my full turn, and then add more in. And that'll tell you how much you need to use to make a full turn if you were going to go and play. It's very important we make the full turn rather than have a compensated turn. If we're hitting the shorter shot, we can get away with less turn, but then the arm swing's shorter. So then we're not getting the issue of a long arm swing with a short turn, which means then the arms will be moving independently and lose their connection, which is the big issue here. The other way of feeling it would be to use some tubing. This is GS Thera tubing. And if you wrap this round your back, cross it over at the front, pull it back, so these are kind of level with your hips, like so. And then from there, make some turns, and it's the same thing. Don't let the hands come forward, keep your hands back, make turns. This is the correct feel. Now, ideally as a warm-up, that would be great. And also, if you haven't got tubing, you would use the clubs I just showed you. Now, I started earlier talking about whether it's left shoulder or right shoulder. So when you make these moves with these objects, I want you to think about, okay, did you move your left shoulder or your right shoulder? Or was it somewhere else? Now, when the club's in your hands, it obviously feels a little bit different. But I certainly like to feel a lot of my turn because I have a slightly shortened turn, if anything, restricted turn. So I make a lot of the first move with my torso and hip. So let me just go ahead and hit one for you here. Make sure the feet are flared. Now really trying to feel that the torso and hip are making the move. So hope you've enjoyed today's look at how to turn correctly, not cheat. It's a coil, it's a cog. Make sure you get your coil and cog working to make sure you get the freebies and the downswing we want. If you've enjoyed the video, please click like and share the video. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit the notifications button. Hope you're staying safe. Hope to catch you here again very soon.